What's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys a pretty sick setup, a nice build that's going to be pulling a lot of DPS. This is going to be mainly focused on damage, so your armor is going to be pretty low, including your health. But with this setup you can be hitting a good amount of 100k headshots with an assault rifle. So let's get straight into it. So starting off, I got a pretty good roll. It took a while to get this, but I'm using a black market AKM. As you can see, it does a lot of damage. It's the most highest damage AR I've ever found so far in the game at high-end level. And it has a decent RPM. Only has a 30 mag. I'm trying to get the extended mag. There's an extended mag you can get that will increase it to like 60 bullets, but the only downside on that one is it reduces the damage by 5%, but it will still be very strong in my opinion. I got some nice talents on it. Every 5 meters, I have the ranger talent. That's every 5 meters away from the target you get 2% weapon damage. That's easy to activate because I'm focused on my attributes on firepower, so I won't have that much skill power attributes. I have 10% reload speed. I would prefer something like maybe 10% accurate or the 15% accuracy on that, but I modified my first one because the other one was horrible. I don't even remember what talent it was. And then my last one's while holstered and in cover you get ammo. That's not that good, but it's whatever. I can probably get a good roll later on. For my mods on it, I'm currently using this hollow sight I got from doing the tier 3 control points. If you didn't know, you can do tier 3 control points to get some blueprints. This one gives me critical chance, crit hit chance, and it minuses some headshot damage, but I think it's more worth it to use that because my crit's at 56% with the AR, and that's pretty high. My other attachment is just a laser pointer. It gives me even more crit chance and minus 10 stability only. Its stability on this gun is still amazing, especially if you're using the sharpshooter specialist. It gives you like 30% weapon handling bonus. As for my secondary, I'm using this exotic, the chatterbox. I only use it for the holster perk. This one gives you 20% rate of fire if you reload your weapon within 5 seconds after killing an enemy, so that's really good. But I never really use the SMG. Only in free roam on red enemies. They're not good. The SMG is really bad on yellow enemies or higher, in my opinion. Taking a look at the gear, for my mask, I'm using a Douglas. I'm rocking a 3-piece Douglas and Araldi set, for my backpack and my gloves. And then for my chest, I'm using a Fenris. Yeah, I think I pronounced that right. As you can see, they have some pretty decent rolls. For this one, I have, for my mask, it's 30% damage to elites. I seen someone get like a 45, so hopefully I can get even higher. I modified the talent to give me even more damage to elites. For my chest piece, I got weapon damage, alright amount, crit chance, an alright amount, and then bonus armor. I would have preferred another firepower attribute on my chest, and yes, I checked if that was possible. As you can see, I have one right here with 3 firepower attributes, but unfortunately it's not the set I wanted. So I'm just going to keep trying to get rolling for a better chest. I changed one of the talents on it to hard hitting, and I have berserk on it. This is like a mandatory requirement in my opinion. You get 10% weapon damage for every 10% of max armor depleted. If you think about it, like whenever you're in a firefight, you're never really at max full armor the whole time. You usually get hit once and you stay like maybe 70% armor, 60% armor. I usually stay in like the 40% armor. Sometimes I won't heal if I'm like 40% because I know I'm getting a good damage bonus right there and I can hit much harder. And then taking a look at my holster, I have another Douglas holster right here. 21% crit damage, that's pretty good to me. Probably could get a little higher, maybe 30. And then I changed the talent to give me even more crit chance. And it has a pretty garbage mod. My mods aren't too good, this is my chest mod. It's alright. I would prefer a higher purple mod, but I haven't been lucky enough to get any recently. Taking a look at my backpack, I have the Araldi backpack. This is a really good set. It gives you accuracy plus headshot damage. And I get the attribute, I have 8.5 weapon damage. It's just a skill cooldown attribute I'm not really a big fan of. But I also modified one of these talents. There we go. I modified the hard hitting again. As you can see, I'm modifying so many of my talents to put hard hitting on. It's so helpful. you come across so many yellow enemies when you're in the end game. It's still easy to kill purples and red enemies with this build. It's still very strong. And then the second talent is alright, clean a target. I can't even activate that. It grants 150 bonus to repairing and healing for 20 seconds. I wish I got a better roll, maybe something else. Like this. This one's a good talent, efficient. If you can get that, that's really good. Taking a look at my gloves, the second Erodi piece I have. It has 6% crit chance, increasing my crit chance again. And then I have clutch on it. Crit hits restore 15% health and repair 2% armor. That one's really good, but I can't put one 1 second. Let me find it. I wish I could put something like this as for the talent, like the 8% crit damage or crit chance. That would be so much better for this talent, but it's not. It won't let me. I can't. I'm not sure exactly why. I guess it's like the type of talent it's with already. Maybe someone could explain that. But yeah, I can't put that type of talent on this one. For the attribute on this, I would have preferred maybe a higher assault rifle damage like this one, or a higher crit damage because my crit chance is really high. And then taking a look at my last piece, my Douglas knee pads. The Douglas set is super good. It's one of the best. If you're going for a damage build, I recommend everyone using this. Yeah, 5% accuracy, 10% crit damage, and a 7% crit chance. As you can see, I have a 7% crit chance on my attribute too for it. And my talent is actually really helpful. While in cover, weapon handling is increased by 25%. And most of the fights you're going to do, you're mostly in cover like majority of the time. I recommend rolling for that. Unless you can deal with the bad handling of this gun. I have so much boosting my handling on this. I have my sharpshooter. It helps me 30% with this AK. I have my this perk down here. It helps me with another 25% when I'm in cover. Super helpful, makes the gun much more accurate. And then my pistol, I don't even use my pistol. I just use this for gear score. I had a higher gear score pistol, but I accidentally deleted it. Another important thing I wanted to mention is that if you're using the sharpshooter specialist, you can't press as of right now, as you're seeing this video until they fix it, you can't switch your weapon, because when you switch your weapon, there's a bonus in the sharpshooter specialist that gives you 30% increased weapon stability, reduce recoil faster. That's like accuracy, stability right there. And when you press Y switching your weapon, it actually removes that buff. And then to fix that, you're gonna have to go back and you're gonna have to respec. So every time you press Y and switch your weapon, it's gonna remove that buff. So that's one of the reasons why I'm using that chatterbox for the holstered perk, because I can't really switch. I would use a sniper with this build as my secondary, but I can't, because if I press Y, I lose the stability buff, and that's super important when you're using the AK if you want the maximum DPS on this gun, because the accuracy on AKs aren't like the best, but they hit very hard. As you can see, this build is pretty strong. It takes down just about any enemy pretty fast, including hunters, yellow bosses especially. And that's going to do it for this video. If I missed anything, or if you want to know more information about the build, let me know down in the comments and I'll answer as soon as possible.